Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the AFC NFC Pro Bowl. As we'll see Aaron Rodgers and the NFC versus Patrick Mahomes and the AFC.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It is always exciting to see the very best the NFL has to offer all in one place. And we have that here this afternoon as we welcome you to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The best players the NFL has to offer on one stage. The AFC NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. Andre Roberts now to return it. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. They're led by the NFL's MVP in 2018 and also MVP of Super Bowl 54 in his 5th season. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Mahomes now on first down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. Powers by at the 40.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. This will go to Henry out wide. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. And it's incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Mahomes to throw once more. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Mahomes now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Rodgers now on 1st down.
And this one nearly picked off. Yeah, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo.
They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the NFC out to an early 3-0 lead.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off.
Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Roberts.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their second drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down now, it's Henry. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Going deep for Diggs. He's got a man complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there for the AFC. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Aaron Donald showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes under pressure, they got him again. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Caught. Kelsey, left side. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On first down, Rodgers.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Hockenson here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Rodgers to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But the teams are ready to go at half number 2. So to bring it your way, let's get right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down and 5. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, it's Cook, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing is Rodgers. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Well, this one has been fun so far, as the Pro Bowl usually is. A lot of relaxed faces out there. 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And again, it's Rodgers. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. Oh, nice move. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3.
Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
Cook just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Back out is the AFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now Mahomes.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And again, it's Mahomes. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Mahomes to throw it.
He dumps it off for Henry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Mahomes.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That's not exactly what you want there, especially given the time on the clock. But now, you've got to kick the field goal, right?
You do, and actually, you show a little faith in your defense when you do that, because you kick the field goal here, you're telling them, we believe you'll get the ball back for us for one more shot.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. But we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away.
No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. Here now the NFC to take over on offense.
They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Rodgers to throw.
Completes this to Jefferson.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Handoff comes to Cook, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And the NFC punt team out there now, and surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that.
Mahomes. He gets this complete to Diggs. Stephon Diggs. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down 13-6, a little over 30 seconds remaining. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And all the way down to the 29. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Extra point forthcoming. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Well, we know how difficult it is to slow down Derrick Henry. That time they went to the face mask, and that's a pretty easy call.
They're just trying to figure out any way possible to get him down, but you just have to wonder if that might make him just a little bit madder. He already runs angry, and that's when he's in a good mood.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10.
Mahomes. He's got Henry.
That catch good for only a couple.
Here's Mahomes.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. The AFC about ready to take over on offense.
Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll start with a give to Henry.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. First throw of overtime for Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw.
A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now here's Mahomes.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Running from the gun with Henry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Throwing now is Mahomes. Now he'll escape to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't decide things, so it's on to overtime here as the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. First throw of overtime for Rodgers. And that's how this one ends, in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, Nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we looked for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.